Finally did something with it, but I don't know what to do with it.
Here we go.
What's poppin', everybody? It's your boy Slickly Slick. Thank you for clicking on my video. We are back with another story time. Yay, you guys, I hope you guys liked the first story time. And I was just like, you know what? I got other stories I could tell. So I might as well just get up and tell them. The other day I was just thinking about middle school. Like, that was a long time ago. But I can still remember a lot of things very clearly. And one of the things that popped up in my head was my first fight. The first fight, it was a kind of an interesting fight. So I can tell you the backstory. There's this we're gonna call him Leon. Kind of rhymes with his name, but you guys don't know him. Basically, I don't remember where he came from, but I think he came from multiple schools. Like, he transferred one school to another, or like got kicked out of one and then got put into another. So then he finally comes to our school, to my school. To be honest, the guy was trash. The dude was a big bully. Everywhere he went, he was causing some type of issue. If it's not for a student, it's for a teacher. He liked to try to act big and bad around everybody. But one thing about him, he wasn't smart. Wasn't smart at all. He used to make fun of him because he didn't get stuff done, or he was in sports, and I'm firing him up right now, to be honest with you, but it's okay, because it's okay. But like in sports, people couldn't rely on him to do anything, because if you were trying to leave and you had to shoot a free throw and they choose him to shoot the free throw, we about to be sitting in there for a while. He was playing football, and he was a receiver because he was tall enough to be a receiver. He was like, this was middle school, by the way, and he was gigantic. He was pretty big. He just thought because he was big, he could do whatever. So he was a receiver, trash. Let's put it like that. He was just the big and bad guy that just walked around trying to terrorize everybody, trying to treat anybody how he wants. And I noticed that. So one day, it's funny when I'm starting to think about it. One day we're in the hallway, and I'm getting it mixed up. I don't know if I had some M&Ms or a friend of mine had some M&Ms, and they were sharing the M&Ms. I'll go, yo, da 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 da. Let me cop some M&Ms and blah 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 blah. And then he comes up, Leon comes up, trying to get some M&Ms too. Now this is the part that gets blank to me. Mind you, this was a very long time ago, 6th grade. Very long time ago. That point of when we get into like an argument over M&Ms has gone over my head. I can't remember why we started to argue about M&Ms. It was being shared. I don't know if he got more than I did, or I got more than he did, or he did some stuff like hit it out our hand, some crazy stuff. I don't have a short temper. It's just with this guy, I had lost my patience because I've heard so many stories of him doing this, that, and the other. I've seen him do so much of stupid stuff. Like, you know, you're in middle school, you do dumb stuff. You're just a child, you're stupid. And all he did was foolishness all day. So that moment with some M&Ms.
We got into a fight over some M&Ms, y'all. M&Ms.
You know how I usually go. One guy pushing. What's up? What you mean, what's up? You pushing each other on the locker doors and stuff like that. And then once that happens, you know, the whole school and their mama comes and surrounds the area and eggs on the fight. Now after pushing him, he pushes me. I put him against the locker, and then I back up, and then everybody surrounds, and then it's like,
fight.
I'm like, whatever. I hate this dude. I really don't like him. So I'm like, whatever. Now we squaring up. Now this is the moment when you're like, wow, this is really happening over some M&Ms. But I'm like, whatever, cause it's your first year in middle school, 6th grade. Alright, cool, whatever. Now we squared up like, man, what's up? You know, him being big and being ugly.
What's up, dog? What's up?
And I'm just like, man, what's good, bro? What's really good? So he just standing there doing that. We walking around, we throwing something missing. You know what I'm saying? He throwing something missing. He throwing something missing. Now the fight went on for maybe a minute and a half of everybody screaming and stuff. I come out and I punch the dude. Straight up punch him. Mind you, he's way bigger than me at that time. He's like, it feels to me like he was 6 foot because that's how big he was compared to me and everybody else around him. He was like 6 foot, 150, 140, something like that in middle school. So, I mean, but I'm not gonna just get beat up. But I punch him, right? This dude falls. This man falls. And the whole crowd goes wild. I'm standing there like, damn, this dude fell. I'm really nonchalant in the whole situation. I don't know why. I'm nonchalant now, but I'm like, I couldn't believe I was so nonchalant then either. He falls on the ground. Everybody behind him is going, ooh, da 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 da. And then, you know, that one teacher, we're going to call him, I know some of the dudes or some of the people that are going to watch this video that went to school with me, they're going to automatically remember the teacher's name because I'm going to do it like, I'm going to rhyme the name with the teacher. We're going to call him Bresby. Mr. Bresby. Now this guy is an obese teacher, okay? He's a pretty obese teacher and he's probably one of the most hated teachers in all of middle school history. What basically happens, fat guy comes running out of nowhere. Who is it? Who is it? Of course you see Leon over there acting all wild. He's trying to get up or gets up and he's acting all wild trying to get through the crowd or whatever. And I'm calm just walking or whatever. He's like, who was it? Who was it? You know, people automatically snitch on this guy, Leon. I don't know why they snitched on him, but it was like, him? Yeah. He was like, man, whatever. Because he used to being in trouble and being in the principal's office and stuff. I'm walking. I literally could have gotten away. I literally could have walked away. And everybody, I don't know if anybody would have snitched on me. They probably could have definitely caught me later. But he goes, who was the other one? Who was the other one?
Oh no!
Mr. Bresby looks at me like, you? You? I was like, yeah. He's like, come with me, come with me. I'm like, damn. I guess I'm about to be in trouble. You know when you get in trouble, either in middle school or when you're grown, and you know you're in trouble, you're like, damn, I'm about to go to jail. Damn, I'm about to get suspended. At this point, I'm like, damn, I'm about to get suspended. I don't know for how long, but we're going to see what happens. But I knew the type of person he was. And I knew the type of perception the principals had of him. So I was thinking maybe I'll get slide by. Maybe they'll let me skim by a little bit just because they know who he is. They know he's like a bully. They know he's just walking around terrorizing people. And then he finally got put on his behind. It wasn't no serious like,
Oh, I socked him in his mouth and he knocked out and then he fell on the ground.
it was nothing like that. It was literally just a smooth punch, and for some reason the dude fell. For some reason the dude fell. We're getting escorted to the office now, and he puts us both in the chair. He puts me on one side of the room, him on the other side of the room. At this point, I'm just laughing. I'm chilling. I don't care. I really don't care. You know what they usually do? They call your parents up, blah, blah, blah. We were sitting there for maybe 20 minutes waiting for somebody to tend to us. You know, the offices got like glass doors, so kids is passing by like, we just chilling there waiting to be tended to. One of the principals that walk in, backstory on this principal, let's just say a few years ago, he got fired for slamming a kid's head into a cafeteria table.
What?
So, maybe that helps you picture what kind of principal he is. He was always the one walking around literally screaming in your face. The one who makes jokes but doesn't want to be made joked on. He was just a horrible person. So we're going to call him Junior. Mr. Junior. I don't know. He walks in. He's like, what are you guys in here for? And one of the assistants say, oh, they're here for a fight. And he's like, oh, y'all were fighting? Oh, that's against our rules. So let me call the police real quick. Call the police? For what? We're sitting there like, that's not even, I'm sitting there like, that's not even necessary. Why are you doing the most? Why are you trying to make it worse than what it really is? We here calm, chilling, and you want to come in talking about calling some police. Like, you just wanted to be a hoe. That's what he really wanted to be, just a hoe. He got the police, but I don't even remember what happened with them. Like, because I don't remember speaking to a police or anything like that. The principal that came in after the fact of this idiot coming in and talking about police, and then he walks out, and then I guess he goes to do whatever he got to do, and the principal that is going to attend to us, he actually finally comes. Now this principal, he's like half and half. He's cool, but he's also strict. He doesn't play. But if you a good student and you doing what you're supposed to do, or said if you in sports or something like that, he cool with you. He'll do anything for you. He's a good person, and he knows this fellow student Leon. So he comes in. He's like, "Come in my office." To me, come in my office. I come in and sit down. It's like, "You had a fight today?" I was like, "Yeah." And the conversation that I thought I was gonna have with this principal didn't go as such. Let's just say the principal pounded me. Pause. And reason why, because like I said before, these principals know this dude Leon's reputation. They know him as a very bad student. And because I guess I stood up to him, they weren't too mad at me. But because it was a fight and it did cause commotion, you still have to suffer some consequences. I wasn't really tripping because I get to be home. So what they gave me was 3 days suspension. You know, teachers, oh yeah. Yeah, 3 days suspension. You know, you have to go to each of your teacher's class and ask what work I'm gonna have for the next 3 days so I can take it home and do it and da 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 da. So after I get told I'm getting sentenced to 3 days of out of school suspension, I get sent back outside, and then he asks for Leon to come back in. I'm waiting now because they called my grandmother and stuff like that. They're like, "You gotta come to the school and pick up your child." What did he do? He got into a fight. My grandmother's in disbelief, like, got into a fight? What? But she wasn't like wilding out, like tripping, which I'm proud, because I'm not that type of person to be all in school getting into trouble and stuff. So it's like, whatever. Like I was saying, whenever you have to get all your work from all the teachers and stuff like that, one teacher in particular was my favorite, my absolute favorite, my English teacher. Her name was Miss Welsh. Now Miss Welsh, she was so dope. She was such a good teacher that she had an 100% rate of passing students on the tax exam. And I was a good student, so she liked me. And when it came time to her giving me my work, she came to the office and reading me the work, and then it's like, "Yeah, this is what you gotta do, and this is what you gotta do." And then one little side note, she wasn't upset with me at all that I got into a fight, because they know this guy's reputation. She's like, "I'm not mad at you. His mouth runs too much." And we just laughing there, and I was like, "Yo, this is the coolest fight I ever had." Everybody's like not mad at me. I'm not getting into big trouble for it. I'm not getting screamed at for it. People are actually commending me for stepping up to this guy. It wasn't like he was big and scary. He was just, I guess, to people who didn't really want to have no confrontation, they just wasn't trying to have it with him. They wasn't trying to deal with him. And I got to the point of just being fed up with him. Like, this dude always running his mouth for some reason. So I just ended up fighting. So whatever. It was literally a celebration at school for a little bit. Whenever Leon got suspended, people were literally happy. I remember after I spoke to my grandmother's talking to me like, "Did you win the fight?" I was like, "I guess." And she wasn't mad at all. Like, I was so happy I got to chill at home for 3 days. And the work I got was so easy. Just do it. I did it all in one day and just left it there, and I was chilling at home, playing PSP and stuff. Fast forward a little bit, maybe a day or two, I don't remember why, but I ended up going back to school to get some work or something. Then I walked into, Mr. Bresby's class. Now, Bresby taught social studies. Trash. He was a weak teacher. He always looking to call somebody's parents over nothing. You drop a pencil the wrong way, call home. Because he says retarded stuff, you have no, your natural reaction in middle school is to talk back. Insubordination, call home. That type of teacher. So I don't remember how I got into the school. I don't remember nothing. I just remember being in the school. And you know how some teachers have their doors open, and when you walk past by, students see you, they peep you or whatever, so they trying to say what up. Man, I literally was famous for a day. Like, people was,
oh, what up, what's poppin'? Hey, that's him and da-da-da-da.
I'm walking to my social studies class. I don't remember if I had to get work or turn in some work or whatever. I walk into the classroom, and everybody come up dapping me up and like,
Yeah, what's good? This thing, what you doing here, fool? And blah, blah, blah.
and then everybody, you know, gassing it, like acting like, yo, you beat him up, yeah, and all that extra stuff. I'm not really pressed over that. It was just crazy that everybody was happy that I fought this man. It wasn't even a real, like, crazy fight. But anyways, I go to the class, trying to get some work, and it's Mr. Bresby. He's the one that sent me to the office, and he's like, you know, you ain't supposed to be here. You can get in a lot of trouble for trespassing or something like that. I'm like, yeah, whatever, blah, blah, blah. I don't remember why I was there. I just remember that whole scene because it was lit. Like, I felt famous in middle school. I went back to school for some reason. I remember that a lot, so I just had to add that in. But, that was my first fight. I guess it was a cool first fight. It was a good, like, stepping stone for other people because, like, after that, he calmed down a little bit. I guess he got humbled because everybody was on him about fighting me, and he fell, and they were not stopping that he fell. Cause I guess the unsaid rule is if you fall, you lost, unless you're both fighting on the ground. It's middle school though. That shouldn't count against nobody's record for any type of fight, and you shouldn't have no record for fighting in school. That's lame. But yeah, that was my first fight. I want to bring that experience to you guys. I don't know. Let me know if you enjoyed it. By letting me know that you enjoyed it is by liking this video. What I also need you to do is comment below. Let me know. Do you like the stories? Do you want to hear more stories? Do you not want to hear more stories? Even if you don't like hearing the stories, tell me what else you want to see. I'll do it. And what I also need you to do is subscribe. Peace.
Josh on a fucking beat.